Pisces, how you doing? Welcome to your Astroflower reading game from the 29th through to the 4th of June. Your monthly readings will also be coming out on Tuesday. I've had a few problems uploading this week to YouTube, so they will be coming out on Tuesday. You've got the collective reading that's come out as well. Without further ado, let's get on with your reading. I hope you have a lovely reading. Let's just see what your overall energy is. Wheel of Fortune. Changing times for you, and obviously the Wheel of Fortune can work in both ways, and the question is do you just want to be stuck in this perpetual change that you do not have control over? And that's what that character there is all about. It's much better to be as it were in control of this Wheel of Fortune, so you're in the middle, and then you can choose, as the wheel changes for you, the moment to step onto the path and use the Wheel of Fortune as a propulsion on your pathway. This is the relationship side. Here we have the karmic message, your influence from the universe, influence from your guides on your karmic message, influence on the guides for your future self, the conversation that is within you, and the general sort of outcome. Happiness and contentment. So, this is a karmic message on your relationship side. Connecting with oneself in order to connect with someone else. It's being at one with yourself. This is the karmic message. Because it's not on the outside, this is all to do with you and your pathway. So it is getting at one with yourself and feeling absolutely at ease with yourself will allow you to be absolutely at ease with your relationships that are around you. And this could be your partner as much as your family, your friends, your community, and so forth. The universe here is giving you the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is all about the longer term plan. So it could be your karmic message is to fall in love. Because once these two cups come together, all of a sudden you create this Kundalini energy that goes through the middle. And it is a real powerful energy, obviously. We all know. It is a powerful energy that you could do so much with going forward. But it is all talking about the longer term plan as well. Providing for the future. And it's not just a quick sort of change, as it were. This is that Wheel of Fortune that's giving you a real direction in your life in regards to your relationships. We've got the Five of Swords. Okay, so this puts a bit of a clarity on the situation. It could well be that it might have been a little bit like pulling teeth relationships, or a little bit sort of angsty in a way. That's possible. Sort of like sort of conflicts that didn't really need to happen. They don't really need to happen. No one really wins out of it. That sort of thing. And I think that's what that Two of Cups is all about, is coming back to that energy, which is much more constructive than rather than destructive. This is slightly in your past here. And it's with those guides trying to influence this karmic path. So trying to sort of saying, don't get triggered by anybody or relationships about you. It's now time to rebuild bridges, as it were. The Hermit card, so this is your future, and the Hermit card here on your relationship side is someone who's understood. They've done a lot of exploration within themselves. So this makes me feel that this card here, although it may be tied into other people that are around you, this card here is really about you finding your inner being here, in your inner comfort, your inner love for yourself, and an appreciation for yourself. Because the Hermit has gone up the mountain, which you could look at obstacles, but you could also look at it as achievements or goals or objectives in your life. And the Hermit has had to go all the way around the mountain, so he's discovered all about his dark side or his shadow side of himself, of the situation, or of the complication of the obstacle, or the complication of the relationship that you might be in, or or the complication of the relationships with your family and your friends around you. And when he's got to the top, he's so close to his dreams and aspirations that he's actually collect one of the stars, the star card, and put it in his lantern. So his future dreams and aspirations are going to be his guiding light. And I think this is what is a turning point for you here. And this is what this Wheel of Fortune is all about. Within your relationships here, I think it's a case of getting back to just love, basically. I saw this in the monthly readings as well. You know, not trying to prove a point, you know, because, you know, Pisces, you know, when you get a bee in your bonnet, it's difficult until you get closure or a definition of the situation. It's sometimes difficult for you to let go. It sort of comes back up on the surface perpetually. And it seems like there's something in it. As I say, it's like pulling teeth. It's not major issue here, but it's just a little bit like sand in the gearbox. You know, it's just grating a little bit. I think that's what's been grating. And I think you've got to get back to the love, basically. And it starts by loving you. So get back to loving you. On your material side, you got the devil here. Devil's, for the material side, I think is a good thing. It's also a good way of getting obsessive about what you're doing in the way of your job, your business and your projects. And as I've seen your cards over the past few months, certainly even before your birthday season, going back as far as Christmas, it's been so clear that on your material side of life, your job, your business and your projects, you've really taken the bull by the horns by the looks of things, and you're really trying to get the best out of life. And it's almost saying I think the devil here is there is a certain caveat of a warning here, sort of getting a good balance between work and play. And maybe that has been affecting your relationship side. And if it's been affecting your relationship side, maybe it's a degree of not being so obsessive about your workspace, because you do work a lot. And when you start working, it's like you won't stop until you're done. And it's, you know, it can be detrimental to you, and it can be detrimental to your relationships that are around you. I'm not calling you out or anything, because I'm a workaholic as well. So, you know, I'm a Capricorn. I've got a fish's tail. I do have a certain degree of understanding for Pisces. But this obsessive working sort of thing may be detrimental more than actually sort of helping you out. On how the universe is trying to influence you here, I think there's sort of like the universe is trying to encourage you to combine several aspects within your career path or your job or your business or in your material world. So once you combine certain things, it allows you to, because the Empress here, so you've got the first things first. I've been doing gardening, by the way, because I'm doing a meditation garden, herb garden. I'm creating a meditation garden here for visitors, people to come and meditate with plants and stuff like that. It's absolutely brilliant, beautiful place. There will be videos coming out on that, so I've got a bit dirty hand, so I do apologise. But she has that waterfall that's next to her, so that's a bit like the free-flowing emotions that can be quite chaotic at times, but we all know with the waterfall, once the waterfall is done, there's a big pool of calm after the waterfall, and that's where she's sitting in. And she's sitting on a log that's sitting on a heart-shaped log, so she's actually in control of her emotions as she's going forward. And through the different elements, she can create something completely new. And I think the universe is trying to help you to sort of combine certain different aspects of your material world, so it makes life a little bit lighter for you, a little bit easier going. And I think you should be, and that devil card is maybe a little bit of obsessive on your behalf. Well, we do have the Knight of Swords coming up here, and this is how the past side is talking to you. Your guides are influencing this sort of obsessive card here, and it's a call to a mission. So maybe it's a case here for you, there is something, maybe this is for some of you, and I'm getting it sort of like 50-50. There's some of you that's being too obsessive about life, and you should come back to the real calling of who you are. But there's some of you as well that maybe you need to get obsessive about what you're doing in your material life, so you can create things, which is what that Empress card is all about. And then it moves on to the Knight of Swords. It's almost sort of saying to you, don't forget why you started this. Don't forget your original call to mission in regards to the material world. It's more of a sort of like a reminder of the path that you should be going on. And as I say, looking at your cards over the past few months, you certainly have taken huge steps and leaps forward, I think, within that world. So this is where we get the fair exchange. You know, I come back to the idea that maybe the obsessive side on your work side has affected your relationships, and it's now a time for change. It's now a time to allow your hard work that you've put in over the last 6 months to start paying back to you. And this is what this beautiful card here for this position here. This is this future self trying to call you on. Is the Six of Pentacles. Now, the Six of Pentacles, that person there is keeping those 3 pentacles for themselves. They're investing in 2 pentacles, which they deem to be worthy of 2 pentacles. And they're almost giving 1 pentacle, like almost like charity, to, you know, to an idea or an aspect of your career path that's kind of going, yeah, that would be nice, but I don't judge it to be the essential. So I'm going to just put a little bit in, but not too much. And this side here, I think it's worthwhile, and you know, this person here is actually giving them 4 coins, you know, and he's spending his money wisely. But the most important thing is he's also keeping pentacles for themselves, and I think that is the biggest message that comes through here. Start making your job and your business and your projects work for you. So it provides for you, you know. It's like planting seeds, and you know, that plant will, you know, increase the number of seeds you've got. If I plant 1 seed of corn, I'm going to get more than 1 seed of corn off that one plant, and that's what it's all about. It's now allowing life to start actually providing for you. With the overall outcome, you get the Queen of Cups, which is pretty much you. There you go. I think this whole reading is about coming back to who you are, coming back to the essentials, coming back to that call of mission, stopping any conflicts that are just not worth winning, that are just causing problems within your emotional and your relationship side of your life. Yeah, I don't think it's worth it, basically. Let's just do a bit of clarification here. With the Wheel of Fortunes, we get the King of Cups. Also very much a Pisces card as well. You know, I just going back to that Queen of Cups is that she sat at the shores. Okay, so she has this sort of connection between the earth and the sea, as it were, and she can, you know, she can see the fruits that are not only in the sea but also on land as well. And it's a very it's a vibrant card that sort of radiates that possibility of life and joy of living. The King of Cups, however, is sat in the sea on a rock. It's sort of like where you are he's in total connection with his emotions. It's a very fortuitous card because you've got that fish there as well, but you've also got that starfish, and the starfish is all the work that you do under the surface, which gets you to where you are. And what it also provides, as you can see there, is going onto calmer waters, plain sailing, being in control of your emotions. And this is so true for your emotional sort of side, but I do believe there's a certain degree of the work under the surface which you're doing on your material side of your life as well. And you should be combining them together by the looks of it, because you've got the Wheel of Fortune, the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. You know, it's all going in some sort of form of an alignment. Let's just see with the Two of Cups, you get strength cards. So don't doubt in yourself. learn to allow your courage and your determination, in a way. Well, not determination, but more sort of courage and valor come to the surface within your life, I think. And I think that's getting in tune with you and your side is everything you can do for a relationship. You can't do everything from their side, but you can do everything from your side. So with the Knight of Pentacles, you get the Nine of Cups. So lots of possibilities that have been created throughout your past sort of 6 months, past year, which are coming to the surface, actually, from longer term plans, from old things that, relationships that you've been involved with for some time, and it seems to be they're coming good at the right time. It's giving you that sense of, yes, things are advancing, and that's what's coming in from around you. With the five of Swords, you get the Three of Cups. This is all about socializing, sort of connecting with other people. It's connecting your cup with yourself, creating that energy, and then once you've got your cup, then you can bring it to the party. And that's what it's sort of saying here. Forget about sort of any past conflicts you might have had with people. It's not a case of forgiving, because we can't actually forgive another person, because to forgive another person you have to judge them, and you are not their judge. You are only the judge of oneself. That's all you are. So actually pardoning other people or forgiving them is not possible. You can understand maybe of why they are, because of how they got there and everything like that, but you can't actually judge them. So I think it's just a case of sort of saying, letting bygones be bygones, and getting much more into the social sort of thing. Maybe it's a new group that's coming through you, forming you, but it's walking away from something and onto something new. And I think that's what the Hermit card is all about as well. It's letting go of that obstacle that you've had to go round, you've had to circumnavigate, which has caused maybe sort of problems for you within some form of relationship. It could be a sister, a brother. I don't necessarily think it's a partner here, but it could well be. But it's sort of saying to you now, the realization is clear within you, and you're sort of saying to yourself, now it's the time to leave that one cup and walk towards your happiness, walk towards your sun. And that's exactly what the Hermit card is carrying. He's carrying that star in his lantern. So it's a case of walking away from those complicated situations that no point winning, and walking towards your happiness, basically. With the Devil card, you get the Six of Wands. Yes, there is a lot of success within your life financially, and then that's possibly where the Wheel of Fortune is saying to you, from your previous success, and that's where I was saying about the, being a little bit obsessive about things. From your previous success, you should be reaping the rewards from that, and allowing it to sort of feed naturally into your life, a bit like passive income in a way. With the Empress card, you get the Judgment. Absolutely brilliant. This is a preempting to the Knight of Swords in a way. It is, Judgment is, many are called but few are chosen in a way, and you have been chosen because you know your path. You should know what you're doing in your financial world at the moment. If you don't, just pick a path and it will gradually develop into that. Starting something, getting on and doing it. But here, the universe is sort of saying, yes, don't forget why you started this. Marry this all together so you also get the rewards out of this good work. Eight of Swords on the Nine of Swords. As I was saying, maybe you've been a bit too obsessive about your work at the moment, and yes, you're on your mission, but maybe it's sort of saying time to take a reflective pause on the situation, so you can really get the best out of it with the Six of Pentacles. Making sure you get rewards as much as anything else. With the you got Temperance card that comes up as well with the Six of Pentacles here, and the Temperance is being patient. The reason we're patient is because there is a moment of of enactment as well that comes after it. So just being patient so you can enact and then just go ahead and do it. is really important. And it's also a rhythmical thing between the night and the day, where, you know, the night, the moon is sat upon this person's hand, and he's got his hand on the sun. So in the sun, he's got control over the situation and doing, and in the night time, it's that rest is imposed upon him, that patience is imposed, and understanding the comings and goings of life, of when to act and not when to act, is really important. And I think here is a case of taking a little bit of time out with work in order for you to recuperate, but also to get, you know, to get the profit out of the good hard work that you've done. With the Queen of Cups, you get the Fool. Yeah, there is a bit of a leap of faith, because you've got that Ace of Cups as well there. There is this whole sort of changing and starting of a new journey, in a way, a new perspective on how you integrate your material side, your job, your business and your projects within your relationship side. I think it's really important for you to assess that side, to get that healthy balance, because it's so easy to lose. We all know it. You know you as well as I do. It's so easy to just suddenly bury yourself down into that work and forget about some relationships that are around you. And I think it needs to, you know, you need to be clear about that for yourself. There's also another message that I'm getting off here, is that maybe there was complications within your relationships which put a bit of kibosh or difficulty within your material life and your job, your business and everything like that. And that may be coming to an end in this week, so it frees you up on your material side and you can get moving on, getting back to your call of mission. As I said, it's 50-50 here for you. It's the Wheel of Fortune is in motion. And you have to have control over your emotions and know the work that you've done in the background in order to choose the best moment to step forward into your life. And it is going to be a bit of a leap of faith. A real transitional week for you, Pisces. Not the easiest of weeks, to be honest, you know, but it's something we all have to deal with on a daily basis, I guess, you know, from time to time, as it were. So there you go, Pisces. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you got the best out of this reading. Don't forget, you've got your monthly readings coming out on Tuesday. I'll see you over there for that. The collective reading is already out there. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.